Yeah, so it is happening. This is me and Freddie, and we decided we're going to start making some videos. So to start documenting sort of where we're at and where we're going, and hopefully use it to motivate us to keep going and pushing forward to sort of start this journey on property development. So yeah, we will continue to do these videos. Hopefully we'll try and do once a week, would be nice, but we will see if we can keep that up. Obviously we work full time at the moment, so this is sort of an evening and weekend project. But yeah, you join us in my council property. So it's a rented council property. I'm looking to try and buy it with the right to buy scheme, and you currently join me replacing the floor in an old conservatory. So the old conservatory floor was rotting, and I managed to get hold of some sort of second-hand half decent ply, and yeah, putting it to good use and replacing the floor. But yeah, it's hopefully going to be an exciting time, because I've got these aims and ambitions and got these targets and goals that I want to achieve and try and get to. So I thought, what better way to sort of document that than start doing some videos and share it with everyone. So here we are. So hopefully you enjoy the videos. I'm sure to start with they're not going to be that great, but I'm going to work at it, and hopefully we'll improve over time. You've got to start somewhere. So here we are. What I'm currently doing right here is putting down a second layer of the ply. Sorry for the noise in the background. Freddie's just woke up and snorting like no tomorrow, so it's very annoying. But yeah, I am currently putting down on that side of the floor, I'm putting down the second layer, just cutting it to sizes. The timber that I got, the sheets aren't quite square, so I'm sort of just trying to make everything fit the best I can. The conservatory itself was made sort of out of leftover second-hand material, and was a second-hand conservatory itself, so it's not perfect. I haven't got a massive budget to work with, so just sort of make do what I can, use and utilise what I've got. So yeah, that's where you find me currently, putting down the second layer of the floor on that side of the conservatory. So I'll leave you with this 2 clips to see what we're doing. I'm pretty sure at this point I was sort of debating what I'd got myself into, because unfortunately the floor was quite soft, and I was hoping not to have to be able to take the front of the conservatory off and actually just replace the internal floor. But as you can see here, it was shot to pieces. It was an old chipboard that was used for the flooring that had come off of an existing outbuilding. It lasted for probably a year and a half, but it was just too soft. It got damp. Unfortunately, I didn't finish the conservatory when I originally put it up, so it was not sealed or anything. So yeah, the floor itself is very soft in areas.
I've got to get on, boys. I need to get this done. I need to get it done. Go on, right, in now. Come on, in. No more playing. I've got stuff to do. I've got to take this whole window out.
So yeah, what I decided to do here was cut alongside the window frame for the time being, just so I can actually remove the flooring, which would allow me to continue laying the new flooring sort of from the stairs across, as I didn't really want to start I think this was one of, well, this must have been an evening after work, and I didn't really want to start or like taking out the whole window panels and framing and everything. So but I needed to crack on with something just to keep the project going and keep it moving along. So I cut alongside the window frame there and started removing the floor. The issue I was getting was the floor was very difficult to get up because it had been down for so long. All the screws and everything were sort of rusted in, and it was very difficult to even spot where they were, let alone be able to sort of unscrew them. So I've ended up trying to rip it up. As you can tell, it was very difficult to get up. So what I ended up doing was coming up with the idea of just cutting it into smaller sections, making it easier to be able to sort of lever up and rip off. So yeah, that's where we got to. Managed to get the floor up and then pulled up the waterproof covering underneath, which I believe, don't quote me because I've never had experience in it before, but I believe was the wrong sort of vapour barrier to be putting down in the first place anyway. So I've removed that because it doesn't really need any. The frame itself it's sort of sat off the floor, so it's probably a foot, sort of a foot in the air, and it's sat on sort of steel connectors to the concrete floor underneath, so the timber itself isn't sat on the actual floor, so it's obviously prevents the bottom of the legs sort of rotting away and stuff. So it's all very solid when I looked under there still. So yeah, for a year and a half later, it's still in good nick underneath. Unfortunately, it was just the floor in itself that had slowly rotted away. Yeah, so the plan is to basically rip up the floor, take off the panels, the window panels, the side panel, the side door. I'll have to remove the cupboards and replace the floor completely from front to back, and then rebuild it all and put it all back together once we've replaced the floor. So yeah, I'll leave you with these videos of me putting the few last panels down for the evening. So you join me the following day. The task for the day was to try and remove the double window panel and the framing for it all, so that the front of the conservatory was completely off and clear, to allow me to be able to get to the floor underneath and get that up ready to lay the new one. So yeah, it was a productive evening in the end, but as you're about to see, it wasn't without its difficulties.
day.
So yeah, after that bloody disaster, I had to spend the next probably half hour or so making sure there was no glass left around outside, so I had to tidy all that up. Obviously, because Freddie has a dog flap on the back door and goes in and out the garden as and when he pleases. So, and for those of you who don't know who Freddie is, he's my little Frenchie, Freddie the Frenchie. But yeah, I had to make sure there was nothing out there. So this was a bit of a wasted evening in a way, but we managed to get some work done. So some progress is better than no progress. So I continued to remove the glass panes out of it. For some reason, the actual opening window, the glass pane had never been out of it. So we did have to go around and cut all the seals off, and it was a little bit harder to get out. But this time we got it out and made sure we did not drop it. I was 100% sure I was not going to drop that one. So I got rid of it and took it straight out the back and out of the way before I could have even had a chance of dropping it or smashing it. Yeah, so now I started unscrewing the framework, ready to lift the panel out completely. Just unscrewing it all so it's in at the sides, the bottom and the top. Once that was removed, then I managed to be able to lift it out. It's a heavy old unit, to be fair, but I did manage to lift it out, get it out of the way. And then I could get to the floor underneath and start ripping it out, ready to lay the new one down.